What's up, you guys? It's Steve here, and this is your stimulus check update and your stimulus package update. Now, I gotta let you know we've got a little bit of some concerning news that's coming out as we're hearing that there is a resurgence of cases in the pandemic due to this new Delta variant. And what we're hearing is that this new Delta variant, it's actually hitting people that are a lot younger, and there's also some concerns for kids. And we're also hearing that this variant is a lot more contagious, and there's some breakthroughs happening for people that have had the vaccine already. So I'm going to be sharing this with you as we're hearing that cases are starting to surge as of recently, and it's raising some concerns. If we have another wave of this happen, how is this going to impact people's lives, our economy? Will we have to see set in place more stimulus provisions? Now, whatever unfolds, I'll be sure to share with you guys here on the channel. We're going to be diving into some video footage of what just came out. As we heard yesterday, President Joe Biden discussed this in his town hall meeting. However, experts were saying some of the information he gave out was actually incorrect.
I do want to play something he said about COVID because he was actually just factually wrong, and I think it's important to point that out. Let's hear what he said.
President Biden actually led people astray when he said, if you're vaccinated, you can take off your mask.
We're going to be taking a look at that. And also, as we mentioned, how will this impact stimulus? Well, we're hearing that some people are saying we're going to need to extend out further the unemployment federal provisions if we have another massive surge in the pandemic, and this could essentially rock our economy more. Now, whatever the case is, I'm going to be sure to report to you guys whatever unfolds so that way you know what's happening. We've got a bunch of video footage and articles we're going to dive into today, so you're caught up on the latest as of today, July 22nd, 2021. Now, before we dive in, if you could do me a quick favor, just takes a second, regardless of whatever the news is. If you appreciate me reporting this to you, you could just do me a quick favor, and that is smash that like button. Helps out my channel. Thank you so much. And be sure to leave your comments down below. I'd like to get your thoughts on this. I know there's a lot of varying opinions on vaccines and the pandemic and stimulus and all that. Let me know down below, and be sure to share this out if you think it's going to help out other people as well. Those simple gestures just take a second, really help me out a ton. Thank you so much. And if this is your first time here, don't forget, hit that subscribe button, turn on that notification bell. You can come join our viewing community, come join the Ram fam, and I'll keep you up to date on all this stuff so that way you know what's happening. And if you got any specific questions that you want me to answer, be sure to shoot them to me in the DM on Instagram at SteveRam3. That's the best place to get a hold of me. But with that being said, you guys, let's go ahead and dive right in. I'm going to share with you some video footage, get you caught up as to what's unfolding right now, July 22nd, 2021, with the resurgence of the pandemic through this Delta variant and what might be unfolding here with more stimulus. All right, you guys, so first up, if you missed my video yesterday, be sure to check it out right after this one, as we received the breaking news as soon as it came out that bipartisan infrastructure bill, it did not pass in the Senate, so they did not go ahead with the process to go ahead and get that started. Now, we're hearing that this could go out until next week, and if it does, I'll be sure to share with you what happens with that bipartisan bill. Now, in addition to that, we're also hearing that reconciliation for that $3.5 trillion, that is still being assembled as well. So we're going to be seeing what's going to be happening with that. Now, that is the current talks, but like we said, the current state of the pandemic could change everything. And what we're seeing is, take a look right here, this is the current stats of the pandemic in the United States, and you can see that we are on an upward trend. The 7-day average is 41,000, but yesterday we had 60,000 new cases in the United States, and we've had a total of 34.2 million cases with over 600,000 deaths now. So you can see it's on an upward trend, which is starting to cause some concern. Now, in addition to that, we're also hearing that there's been breakthroughs. People who have been vaccinated, they're actually still getting sick even though they've been vaccinated. And we actually saw this in Speaker of the House Nancy Pelosi's office, as some of her staff have gotten sick. Here's an article that just came out. It said, how worried should vaccinated people be about the pandemic, breakthrough infections, and what top pediatricians want you to know about the Delta variant and children? So you guys, we've got some video footage I'm going to share with you. First, we're going to be taking a look at what President Joe Biden had to say in his town hall meeting, and then we're going to be seeing a news article that's going to be discussing the pandemic in kids.
I do want to play something he said about COVID because he was actually just factually wrong, and I think it's important to point that out. Let's hear what he said.
One last thing that's really important is we're not in a position where we think that any virus, including the Delta virus, which is much more transmissible and more deadly in terms of unvaccinated people, the various shots that people are getting now cover that. You're okay. You're not going to get COVID if you have these vaccinations.
Which is obviously just not the case. Obviously, Dr. Lena Wen is also joining us. Dr. Wen, that's something you picked up on clearly.
Right. I mean, I was actually disappointed by President Biden's speech tonight, or his answers tonight, because I actually thought that he was answering questions as if it were a month ago. He's not really meeting the realities of what's happening on the ground. I mean, we now have triple the number of infections in the U.S. versus a month ago. We have escalation in cases all over the country because of the Delta variant. And we actually don't know the answers to a lot of questions. He was talking about how if you get the vaccine, you're well protected from having severe disease. That's true. But we actually don't know how well you're protected from mild illness, and whether with the Delta variant, if you're vaccinated, could you still be contagious to other people? We don't know the answer to that. And I actually thought it was irresponsible.
Because, I mean, that's a crucial question.
That's right.
Can you pass it on to your loved ones? Can you pass it on to your children?
That's right. Here's what we do know. We know that the vaccine reduces your likelihood of carrying the virus and the amount of virus that you would carry. But with the Delta variant, a person infected with the Delta variant carries 1,000 times the amount of virus compared to previous variants. And so that's the problem. We don't actually know about this transmission question. And I think that President Biden actually led people astray when he said, if you're vaccinated, you can take off your mask. We don't know that. I think he let go of a really important opportunity tonight. I think he could have said to the audience, you all are protected because everybody here is vaccinated. You're safe if you're vaccinated and everybody around you is vaccinated. But if you are vaccinated and are around people who are unvaccinated, you should be keeping a mask on. Getting the vaccine can save your life, but I actually think that President Biden's message could have led people astray.
So there you have it. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below as we heard the doctor come on after we heard that from President Joe Biden in the town hall and say some of the information was actually incorrect, that this is a lot more contagious and that you hold like 1,000 times more of the virus than we saw in previous versions, and it can actually be transmitted a lot more easily. So let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. They're really pushing for people to get vaccinated. Let me know your thoughts on that. I know there's a lot of varying opinions. Now, in addition to that, we're also hearing that this is hitting a lot more younger people and small children as well. Very concerning. Let's go ahead and take a look at this news report that just came out. That's going to be giving us an update on that as well.
And mounting warnings, a different kind of heartbreak.
When we're having to go in and talk with families that have children now and having to deal with this situation for our 30 and 40-year-old population, that becomes particularly gut-wrenching.
Louisiana is seeing a potential fourth wave, the most COVID hospitalizations here since mid-February. Just 22% of 18 to 29-year-olds in the state are fully vaccinated. And now, even more precautions for children this fall. The American Academy of Pediatrics is recommending that everyone older than age 2 wear masks regardless of vaccination status. The U.S. Surgeon General telling Lester.
And as a dad who's got young kids who are 3 and 4 who are going to be in school who don't have the ability to get vaccinated yet, masking will be an important strategy to help protect our children.
This guidance is coming just as children now make up nearly 16% of COVID cases, with more than 23,000 pediatric COVID cases just last week. At this hospital in Jacksonville, Florida, cases rose by more than 40% in just one day, breaking its previous record back in January.
It was just insane to go from having one COVID patient to having all COVID patients again.
Hospitalized since Saturday, 65-year-old Deborah Wells says she feared the vaccine.
Did you get vaccinated?
No.
We spoke with her by phone through a window.
Why didn't you get vaccinated, ma'am?
I was scared.
Do you regret not getting vaccinated a little sooner?
I regret it, yes I do. I felt like I was dying. I couldn't do nothing for myself. I was wished on my worst enemy. It's horrible.
My goodness. Cautionary tale there. Gabe, I mean, as hospitalizations are rising, cases are rising around the country, it's even starting to have an impact on the economy and stock market as well, apparently. What's the latest on that?
Yeah, Craig, you may have noticed it a little bit in your 401k. The Dow dropped more than 700 points on Monday after a very strong first half of the year. Now, some of the stocks that were hit were tourism stocks like hotels and airlines, but also so-called stay-at-home stocks such as Clorox and Peloton did very well, much like the early days of the pandemic, Craig.
Gabe, good task force there in Louisiana. Gabe, thank you.
There you have it. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, as we heard them talking about small kids going back to school, wearing masks. Would we give our children vaccinations? Let me know your thoughts down below. Do you believe that we should all be vaccinated, that we shouldn't? Should kids get this? I know there's a lot of opinions across the board, but we're hearing that this is starting to pick up once again. Now, in addition to that, we heard them at the end talk about how this is going to be impacting the economy. And we saw the stock market shaken up when this news first came out. Now, in addition to that, there's a lot of people speculating that this could get out of control and that we will need to see those stimulus provisions reenacted. Take a look at this article here. This just came out today. It says, will additional unemployment benefits be extended past September due to the Delta variant? It says the pandemic-era jobless support has been criticized in recent months, but with the rising pandemic infection rate, will it force Biden to extend the additional unemployment benefits? And as you know, we've reported on it here on the channel that 26 states ended it early. 5 states are fighting back. 2 have actually passed to reenact it, and 3 are currently in court right now. Now, the article says the United States is one of the top countries across the world to struggle with containing the surge of the pandemic, believed to be linked to more infectious Delta variant. There are fears the new strain could really start to take hold in the fall. Now, just as various pandemic-era support programs are due to finish. So they're saying that a lot of these are planning to end right at the same time we're expecting flu season to hit. And will we see these extended? This article discusses unemployment provisions, but there's a lot of provisions we could see get extended. Now, whatever unfolds, I'll be sure to keep you guys up to date here on the channel. That is the current status of what's happening with the pandemic and what we could see unfold with stimulus. Well, you guys, as always, thank you so much for joining me here on the channel. I'll be sure to keep you up to date as more information rolls out. And if you made it this far and you haven't already, don't forget, take a second to smash that like button. Really helps out the channel a ton. Thank you so much. And if this is your first time here, don't forget, hit that subscribe button, turn on that notification bell, and you can come join the viewing community, come join the Ram fam. I'll keep you up to date on everything that's unfolding, so that way you know what's taking place. And if you got any specific questions that you want me to answer, be sure to shoot them to me in the DM on Instagram at SteveRam3. And with that being said, you guys, thank you so much. I'll see you in the next video. Remember, Monday through Friday, 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, guaranteed videos, and also random sporadic videos throughout the day as news breaks. But with that being said, I'll catch you in the next one. Thank you so much. Take care. God bless. This is Steve.